Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Just bringing messages for the collective. Welcome to the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Please follow, follow, follow. I got so many people watching the videos but don't want to follow. Just follow. Be a part of it. At least get notified. At least get notified every time I release a video so that you can come and watch. Come be entertained. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid. I'm just kidding. Let's get started, man. Let's do a reading for the collective. Let's go, Spirit. What are we talking about? Uh-oh. Two of Cups. Two of Cups came out. Some kind of partnership, right? A partnership where maybe both of the parties feel like they're being left out in the cold. I'm getting a feeling of like some kind of avoidance between the two. The Two of Cups is in the upright, so let's keep going. So that means like everything is like still intact, pretty much. Feels like someone wants to maybe try to take control of some kind of finances and is having trouble with making a decision when it comes down to like finances or the other party is what it feels like here. So this is almost like I can't love you because I'm too busy trying to make ends meet. It's almost like not being able to show love because you're stressed out because of the bills or, something like that. But the Queen of Swords is here, right? So someone has been in deep contemplation, not contemplation, reflection, deep reflection about cutting something out of their life here. Maybe someone out of their life here. Some kind of transformation is taking place here. But someone doesn't want the cycle to end. So clearly we're talking about a couple, right? And I'm just going to say one of the parties wants, I don't know, it feels like one of the parties wants love and the other party has their focus on something else, right? And that's causing some type of imbalance, which is causing the other party that's not receiving any love to move into like a Queen of Swords energy, like, well, this isn't serving me at all. But it feels like the other party doesn't want to end anything or close out the cycle. It's almost like they're planning to come. They're planning something. But right now, there's no movement, there's no communication, like nothing at all. When it comes down to this unequal situation, like I was saying that before the Six of Pentacles came out in reverse. I was saying, hey, it leaves it unequal when one party is like focused on love. Okay, so it almost calls for like for us to talk about this for a second. There are people in this world that no matter how much money that you have, right, they're going to love you. They're going to love you no matter what, because love doesn't have anything to do with finances, right? Nothing to do with finances at all. And so they're going to love you whether you two are like homeless together or whatever. This is just the way that, some people are. And that's like a real, real unconditional love there, right? And then there's another type of person that they can't focus on love if they don't have any money at all. If their shit's not together, then they can't love. They can't focus on love, and it feels like this is more of a one party is more money driven and the other party is like unconditional love 100%. And it feels like one person feels like this other person isn't 100% unconditional love like them, so it doesn't match up and they're ready to end this whole thing. But no matter what's going on, there's like no contact happening right now. So nobody's really talking about this All the other party knows that wants to get their finances together or whatnot. All they know is they don't want to end the cycle. They don't want to close things out. That's tough. So it's like the love is still there. That's why we have the Two of Cups still in the upright, right? It's like both of these people still love each other, but it's like the truth of the matter is their love doesn't match each other. The love just doesn't match. One person is just about money. The other person is about love. So yeah, someone is no longer wanting to work on this anymore. They're ready to become single and do things on their own. This could be both parties that are feeling this way at this time, because it's just, carrying a bunch of burdens, but you're at the end of the burdens, both of them. I don't know who this is for exactly, but this is just telling a story right now that Spirit wanted to tell about two lovers that just don't match. Their love just doesn't match at all, and it's causing turbulence in this relationship. Right now, you're in a no contact period. One or either both of the parties are thinking about moving into a more single, I'm just gonna rely on myself kind of energy. I see a snail in this picture. Like my eyes keep getting drawn to the snail. So this is really like happening slow, at like a slow pace. This isn't like a that's it, I'm out of here. It's like a slower pace. This is gradually happening. No, someone no longer wants to work on it anymore because it's burdensome, and they want to end it. Yep. They don't want to do whatever it takes to mend this thing. And maybe there could have been some immature communication involved with this situation, because that's normally what I get with the Page of Swords. It's like an immature communication, like immature thoughts. Like when I get immature thoughts, I kind of think of someone where it's like problems could arise and it could have nothing to do with cheating or something like that, but someone would immediately go right to, oh, you just want to go be with somebody else, and that's why you're causing a problem. That kind of thing. That's kind of like an immature thought. It could have been about something that has nothing to do with that at all, but it was like an immature way to think of the situation, or to jump to conclusions about stuff. Now, either one of them could have been in that energy. So someone wants to get rid of that type of energy or communication. Someone has options for sure. Someone in this situation was also a page. They weren't very action oriented. Someone could have possibly been a player in a situation. Oh, I want somebody that didn't want to give at all. So that's what's kind of leading to the end of what's going on here. This could have been a long-term relationship, like years, marriage. Someone just didn't give to the situation at all. One person was, and we're talking about in terms of energy and love. It just feels like, it's a lot of earth here in this situation. So this could be earth, maybe a little bit of fire sign in this situation. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's what I'm seeing here. A little bit of air. But either way, it's just energy. So it's like someone wasn't willing to put forth the energy that another person was putting forth. Someone wasn't very action oriented. Someone wasn't ready to take action. They just weren't a king, and they weren't even giving to the level of a page. Tell me some more. But no matter what, it's like I'm feeling that the party that was all about like love and not about like the financial, I feel like that's the one that wants to leave because they feel like their love is unmatched in this situation, or it's like unrequited. So I feel like they're the ones that want to get out of this situation. But the other party does not want that to happen. Someone has a new opportunity when it comes down to resources and finances. Someone knows that the other party has an opportunity, a new opportunity with resources and finances. They leave this situation. And that shit's going to bring in the Ten of Pentacles. They can feel it. Their strength goes up as well. Something going on with this situation. It's almost like a holding back feeling and like knowing that someone is being held back. Like holding someone back on purpose. Getting ready to come forth with an offer. So to the one that's leaving, the other one is going to bring in some type, or getting ready to, or thinking about coming forth with some type of offer, but they're still in a very lack-minded energy. So someone is having trouble making a choice here. Someone is having trouble making a choice here. What is the energy? Hold on, we'll keep going. Someone is resting and thinking about everything that they've been through, because it feels like a choice is getting ready to be made here. Yeah. Someone's healing in this situation. Healing, healing, healing. They feel like they haven't received a message of truth that they were looking for in this situation. So this party doesn't believe that the other party is saying something. Let me rephrase that. The one that's focused on love doesn't believe that the other person isn't giving them the love back because of resources and finances. They think that it's something else. The King of Wands, normally to me, right, is a player card, right? This is somebody that's like the life of the party, very charming. Of course, they're action oriented and stuff like that. But to me, ever since I've been learning tarot, it's always came out as somebody that's like the player, the person that gets around, that always charming a bunch of people. That's kind of what I got. And we got the King of Wands in reverse in this situation here. And so to me, that feels like someone feels like they got rid of a player that didn't want to give to the situation at all, not even to a page level, like they weren't giving anything at all. And so, yeah, so the person that's healing, that's, getting ready to make a decision to move forward in their life, they don't believe that it's about resources or finances or, just being in a struggle mindset or whatever, lack mentality or whatever. And yeah, I don't know what to say about that, because everybody thinks different, right? Everybody's body functions different and everything like that, right? There are some people who, if they're upset, they can't show love. Like some people, their emotions are different. And so if they really feel really bad about not having something and needing something, and someone wants them to show love and cuddle up or some shit like that, then probably doesn't work. So at the end of the day, it just doesn't work. But if it just doesn't work, it just doesn't work. If you're incompatible, you're incompatible. Like that's pretty much what's going on here. And one person doesn't want to let the other person go, even though they know that it's an incompatible. It's not a match here. It's not a match. So one person is healing from not receiving the love, and they're actually coming out of feeling trapped, mental state of feeling trapped in this situation. So the person that was about all of the love and all that stuff felt like they were trapped in this situation, or maybe they stayed in the situation a little too long. They couldn't figure out a way out of this situation. I got the Hierophant in reverse, which lets me know that it was a long-term relationship or a marriage. So maybe this gradually went to that point to where that person just felt trapped. Maybe they were a little too invested into this situation. And normally that happens, especially if it's like a marriage or something like that, because, everything is connected. Everything is, all, money is shared and things are, combined. And of course, it's harder to get out of these situations, especially like if you live together or anything like that. So yeah, this person feels like they were trapped, but they're coming out of that. They no longer feel like they're trapped anymore, especially when it comes to the, yeah, it's all has something to do with unrequited love, unrequited situation, an unequal give and take that was going on in this situation. Yeah. And yeah, they just realized it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. There it is. Making it clear that it was a relationship. It was a love relationship. This was not a business partnership. This was a love relationship. We have the Chariot in reverse, followed by the Lovers. It wasn't going anywhere. It just wasn't going anywhere. And somebody isn't seeing that. Someone isn't seeing that at all. Yep. There you go. The Ten of Swords comes out. You can't make this shit up. The Ten of Swords is going to make someone happy. Ending this cycle is going to move someone into the Ten of Cups. More than likely, it's the person that actually wants this to end and they want to move forward. Yeah. I want to get the energy of the person, though. What is going on with this person that does not want to give equally to the other party? Because clearly one person is about love and the other person is about finances, maybe. But let's see, what kind of person is this other person in this situation? Because clearly the person that was all about love in this situation doesn't believe they feel like it's an excuse, more than likely, that this person, money is keeping them from being able to have unconditional love towards them. What kind of person is this resources person? I'm getting stalker. This person travels. They have different online accounts. They have extra online accounts. They're taking screenshots of stuff. I'm seeing hooked. So I'm not seeing anything that says that this person is like with other people or anything like that at all. What I'm seeing is this looks like this person is stalking the person that's all about love and maybe watching their social media, maybe taking screenshots. Maybe they believe that the person that's all about love is doing something because they're watching their social media. They're definitely watching their social media in a very stalker-like and obsessed manner. Yeah, there's something going on with that. What happened in the past to make the person that's all about love feel like this person isn't telling the truth? So this person seen from the start that they were all about finances and trying to like control. That's what I keep hearing. Control finances, control finances. They knew that they weren't the person. Something happened to where they seen something to where they realized that this was not the Ten of Pentacles, right? The Ten of Pentacles is almost like loyalty, trust, all the financial that comes with having a secure relationship, everything. Loyalty, your ancestors, blessing this. So it's like the person that was all about love kind of knew that this was not it. And they knew it in the past before it got to this point. Something about this person being controlling. Something about this person being controlling. All about like controlling with their finances, maybe. Give me something else. Maybe they could have been secretive. What are they secretive about, though? Does this person hide finances? I feel like this person might have. This person might have been weird about their money from the start and hiding their finances. That's what I really feel here. It's almost like acting like they're almost like I'm almost ready. It's like almost telling a story like at some point we're going to be able to, like it's almost that kind of energy. It's almost like being strung along. That's what I get intuitively from this. The other party didn't want to say anything about this because they didn't want to start any arguments. This person was secretive. This person was secretive. Seven of Swords. All right, so what I keep getting is it's a like acting like they don't have it, controlling their finances in like a weird way that was secretive. So this other party probably never knew anything. This is like it just feels like it's all about finances and weird. And the truth be told, this person lives in a lack mindset anyway. That's come out a couple of times. The Five of Pentacles in the upright lets me know that that's like a lack mentality. That's like feeling like um, you can't come out of the cold, like you're being left out in the cold, isolated. And if you look at the card, the Five of Pentacles, it's like two people on the outside. They look dirt broken, tore up. You know what I mean? Like they're homeless. And it's almost like someone was gripping on this is all about someone gripping on to finances too much. Like it's completely controlled their entire life. And this is all that they can think about, and they don't really know how to. Someone could have really had a bad, yeah, here we go. They didn't want to think about what they've been through in the past, right? So this is like, this person could have came from a really messed up situation and it stained their soul, you know. They could have come from deep poverty. That's what this looks like. This is like a story of someone that has come from like a deep poverty, and they're seriously afraid to go back to it, and so that's meddled into their relationship. And so like there's no love at all. And so, yeah, so it just doesn't match. At the end of the day, this relationship doesn't match. One is about love and real unconditional love, and one is about finance, a feeling of lack, and constantly trying to come from behind. That's what it feels like. This other person isn't concerned about money at all. This other person is concerned about love and unconditional love and whatever comes with being in a lover's relationship or a two of cups relationship. They're all about love, giving and taking, you know. You know what's really weird? If you look at this person here with the red on, they're holding their cup and they're also reaching to take the other cup from the other person. Do you see the other person in blue going to take their cup? It doesn't look like they're handing each other the cup. That really seems to make a lot of sense with this reading. Does it not, collective? One person is holding on and taking from the other. The other person is just holding their cup out. They're not reaching to get the cup from the other person. Oh my God. I think we just made a connection. That's what this relationship, that's what this is about right here. One person is just taking and the other person is giving. And it looks like they no longer want to give. They're realizing that this other person is never going to come out of a lack mentality. And that's pretty much the way that this is going to go. And I think they know that. And this is why they want to move out of this situation. Close my window, neighbor's dog. Anyway, yeah, so that's why this relationship is wrapping up right now. Let's do clarifying life situations so that we can close this reading out. Yeah, I don't see anything crazy. I see someone that, I don't know. I don't see any love at all from the other person. All I see is lack and wanting to keep someone in a space. It looks like just trying to hold on to someone. You know, I see a love offer that wants to come in this situation, but it looks like, is the love offer that wants to come in only an offer just to put you back into that space of giving your cup? That's what it looks like here, because I don't see any love here at all, honestly. It just looks like it's just one person giving. Collective, you have to be careful about these types of relationships. You know, if you're a giver, you know, you're definitely going to run into takers for sure. All right, let's get into these clarifying life situations messages. The first one says, a sculpture of self. Shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. Okay, so I guess to express your identity in some type of way, it's almost like who you are, you know. Maybe this was a lesson on knowing who and expressing who you are in a relationship before you get into a relationship, like truly expressing who you are, because it looks like one person thought that this was going to be an unconditional love from both sides situation where it was going to be equal give and take. And it seems like maybe that wasn't expressed enough in this situation. And the other person didn't really express what they were all about either, which probably caused a mismatch in this situation. The next message that you have is Mountain of Mastery. Ascend towards self-realization and triumph, guided by the stoic presence of the Mastery Mountain pathway. So move forward. Move forward in your life towards self-realization, realizing who you really are, and move forward and go after your victories, you know? Yeah, this is pretty much letting you know what to do moving forward in a relationship. This is for both parties. This is for anyone who resonates with this situation. It's like, hey, you should really know who you're getting involved with when you get into a two of cup situation, because clearly in this, love wasn't enough, and it seems like one person wanted to take and the other person wanted to give, and that only works for so long, collective. Now it is the end of the cycle because this is over, and moving forward, we hope that you can explain who you are and what you're all about and really know what your partner is all about before you become partners and move forward in life. Okay. Now it's time for you to ascend towards self-realization and triumph. And, now you know these things and you realize who you are. Both parties realize who they are, and now they can win. They can move forward and win in the way that they want to win in their life. I don't know. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.